At Lynxx, we help customers make better decisions. Gone are the days where it's okay to say, we've always done it like this, or my gut feel tells me we're doing the right thing. There's an awful lot of data that's available, but you've got to use it in a sensible way to make sure you get the right decision. In speaking to our customers, they often ask, how do we take the journey from the very basic to the very sophisticated? I wanted to share this with you to give you some confidence that the journey is not that hard, but it takes some sensible steps along the way. There are a number of ways to look at data and information. The best one I've seen is a pyramid which stacks data at the bottom, understanding or insight at the top, and steps you through it along the way. The first step is turning data into information. To turn data into information, you need to provide some context, and sometimes some structure. What that means in practice is really quite simple. Let's take an example. If you're a bus operator and you have a fleet of buses, each of those buses has a sensor or a number of sensors on board that tells you a bit of information about that sensor. Let's take the front door. A bus will have a sensor on a door which says whether it's open or shut at any given time. Data is simply a recording of that. So there will be a sensor number, sensor 1, 2, 3. There'll be a bus number, bus 4, 5, 6. And the sensor will have an open or a shut field associated with it, binary, 0 or 1. Taking the data, the raw 0 or 1, in the sensor, the bus, putting some structure and naming around it, saying that this is a bus name, this is a door name, this is an open, this is a shut, provides us some context. It turns that data into information. So we can now use that information to determine whether the door is open or shut. How we use that information is then a little bit more contextual. The driver might need to know that information, especially if it's a door that he or she can't see. The company might need to know that information, but we don't necessarily know how the company would use that information and what it would be used for. That's the next step of the journey. Step 2 is turning information into knowledge. This is taking even more context information, combining multiple sources of data, perhaps looking at other things like timelines and timeliness, and presenting it in a way which is more usable. Let's take the bus information, present it into a management dashboard. So we can start to see that different fields on the bus could be useful for different purposes. The door might be open and shut, but we want to know how many times a day it's been open and shut, where it was when it was being open and shut, how long it was open and shut for. The maintenance manager will want to see one set of information. When does the door part need to be replaced after its cycle time? Someone else, a planner, might have a different set of requirements from that information. When was the bus door open and shut? Where was it physically on its route while it was opening and shutting? This newfound knowledge is really important. It gives us some really good information about how the bus is running. But of course, it only looks backwards. It tells us what happened yesterday. What we need to start thinking about in the next stage is looking forward. What's going to happen tomorrow based on the previous information? The final step is taking that knowledge, the backwards looking stuff, and getting really sophisticated to start to predict what happens tomorrow. That's where the specialist science comes in. And it's really dependent on the quality of the data that you have. No point trying to do the predictive analytics if you're not doing the basic management information. But there's still quite a lot of stuff you can do with data sets that you may not even know you have. Don't get too hung up about what the data needs to look like. Ask yourself this: what problem am I trying to solve? And we're pretty confident that with our data scientists, predictive analytics will start to tell us what's going to happen tomorrow. You're not so interested probably that the door opens and shuts 100 times a day. What you might be more interested in on that bus is that tomorrow it's going to stop working and you're going to have to take that bus out of service. In summary, you can see that data can be turned quite easily into knowledge and understanding and prediction. Lynxx can of course help you with this by following the right steps, but more importantly, it will give you the confidence that you're making the right decisions for your business.